What's up, YouTube? Steve and Alex here from Miami Bro Science. We're going to talk to you today. The topic today is, as a beginner, should I use a personal trainer? What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts about this shit?
It's a really tricky question, you know. When I first started, I was presented with a trainer option. It wasn't an easy decision. Back then, I was thinking about money, but in all reality, you should be thinking something else. And that's what Steve is going to start talking about.
Okay. So, from my personal experience, yeah, personal trainers have their place, I guess. The thing is, right, if you're looking to get some sort of motivation, then a personal trainer is a fail, for starters. The reason why they're a fail is because, yeah, they'll get you motivated for one session, and then what happens after that? What happens when you can't afford a personal trainer, or that particular personal trainer that you're using is not around, which is quite often the case?
It's a hit and miss, really.
I mean, you experienced this, right? Like, Alex had a personal trainer, and this guy can't do weekends, he can't do fucking Fridays.
He's worse than a date, dude.
It's like, what the fuck, man? Like,
it was easier with a date, to be honest with you, to go out on a date with a really picky girl than to train with this guy.
I think, another thing too, like, if you're going to get a personal trainer, then at least use them for something worthwhile. So, for example, learn about rotator cuff workouts, for your shoulders or different movements for that, or, learn exactly how to use certain compound movements, how to perform certain compound movements. Use them for those kind of things. I mean, hell, you can even Google that shit anyway, and you can, we're going to release a whole bunch of stuff on YouTube.
So the mistake that I did, you know what's the biggest mistake that I did back then when I was picking a trainer? I picked him for motivation. A lot of people, think that a trainer is very motivational, he helps you out, which he does at the beginning. But if you don't have it in you, what happens, Steve?
Yeah, you just end up, at the end of the day, look, the thing is, fellas, don't go ahead and get a personal trainer for the motivation. It's as simple as that. In fact, don't get them for anything.
Don't get a trainer, basically. That's my opinion.
Unless you have a shitload of cash and you just, and you just really need that extra motivation and you can't be bothered Googling anything and you're one of those lazy fucks, then at the end of the day, they're just a complete waste of money and time. I'm telling you. Unless you're like a movie star and you're trying to get fit for a scene of a movie and you can blow all the cash you want because, hey, it's not your fucking money anyway. Go ahead, get a personal trainer, get fit, get ripped, doing it that way.
It's really your opinion.
If you spend 6 months plus a year, a couple of years training like the way we're doing and consistently, and the way a lot of other guys on YouTube,
you'd be looking to spend a lot of money.
Let's do the math here, right? You're gonna be better than a fucking personal trainer anyway. In fact, you're gonna laugh at these motherfuckers. Like I'm doing sit-ups, in one of my routines. And I'm timing my sit-ups, right? I'm timing between I do sets and shit. So I'm not fucking around here. Like, I'm doing my routine and then that's it. I'm out of the gym. The thing is, I'm like got 10 seconds to go before I've got to do my next sit-up, my next set of sit-ups, right? And this personal trainer, this tool bag comes over and he's like, hey man, you can do your abs like this, or you can do your abs like this, or if you're trying to target your lower abs or your upper abs.
Hey, dude, does he know that you can Google things?
No shit.
This guy didn't know shit.
I don't need to know a million ways to do my fucking abs, man. Like, if I want to really work on my abs, I'm going to do compound movements. I'm going to do hardcore heavy lifting. And that is going to integrate, my ab workout into those movements. I do very little ab work in a week's time. Like, I do very, very little. And yet, So you don't actually...
Don't mean so them.
Nah, it's another day. But at the end of the day... We'll get there one day. In the end, though, you don't actually have to do, listen to a personal trainer. You don't actually have to get a personal trainer. I think that it's all just bullshit. And this particular guy, like I was telling you, man, this particular guy is the same personal trainer that has nothing but girls, man. He trains girls.
Oh yeah, he's one of those chick trainers. That's how I call those guys.
And then they're trying.
You always see him with girls.
And then they're trying to teach you how to do shit in front of their girl when they're training the girls. They're trying to teach the other guys how to. Hey man, you can do like sit-ups like this. Fucking shut the fuck up! I don't give a fuck, man. I'll do it the way I want to do it. I'll go to the gym and I'll train the way I want to train.
They try to show off for girls, So you really want to stay clear from those guys. But the problem is that when you're signing up into a gym, you have no clue what trainer they're going to assign to you. And that's why I'm talking about it being, a hit and miss. You really have no clue.
Yeah, I mean, when I got my personal trainer, I had a little bit of control, of which trainer, I said, I want this guy or whatever, and that was fine. I had a personal trainer, but this is the same guy that was competing in fucking, IFBB and shit like that. So I'm not talking about, I don't pick some random guy who's, done his Cert 3 in fitness and fucking thinks he knows how to train and who's half fat or overweight or whatever. I'm talking about a guy who's, deadlifting fucking 450, 500, no problem, and he's like my size or a bit bigger or whatever. He's not, so
it really comes down to two things, really. Get a trainer that doesn't have a busy schedule like a chick. Get a trainer that likes to train everyone and just wants to get you better. If you can figure those things out and you're really into it, just go ahead and blow your money, basically.
But you want to know our advice, man? You really want to know our fucking advice? I'll tell you. Don't get a personal trainer. Just don't get a personal trainer.
Keep your money. It's better.
Keep your fucking money, man. Go buy a computer and go Google some shit. I think, at the end of the day, I mean, if you really, really, really want to spend the money on a personal trainer and you think it's going to make a difference, a huge difference, then, yeah, like I said, go pick a guy who's... Don't pick... Okay, that's the first thing. You can pick a girl, it's fine, whatever. It doesn't... I'm not sexist, but, but pick someone who's ripped out of their mind. I mean, fucking yoked, man. Someone who really knows what they're doing and who's not using drugs and who's not... I mean, yeah, look... drugs, whatever.
As you could tell by now,
but just
it's a difficult choice.
As long as they're ripped out of their mind, they're obviously doing something right? Okay, so pick one of these sort of people, and that has a flexible schedule that's not going to cancel on you every week,
This guy just rescheduled.
Even my personal trainer, man, he scheduled me, once or twice, different dates and stuff. Having said that, I'll give him credit. He gave me a free session, so... just pick a good and fair trainer who's ripped out of their mind, who's not going to give you that bullshit, and who's actually going to make you work.
To keep it short and simple, don't get a trainer. Save your money, get a laptop, get an internet connection, and go to Google or YouTube.
Watch our videos.